So if you guys remember, in one of my last videos, I introduced you guys to a playlist called Spiritual Sounds. Spiritual Sounds is a playlist that is full of healing frequency music that is so good for people who are trying to attract love into their life, if they're trying to attract abundance or money, or if you just simply want a good night's rest or peace of mind, if you are someone who may suffer from anxiety, anything of that nature. That playlist is so beautiful. It's full of very beautiful music that I love. And if you've been following me for a while, you already know I'm very passionate about healing frequency music, and I share my story on how it has helped me on my journey with anxiety and mental health. Now, me and Spiritual Sounds have formed a partnership, so we will be working together a lot more, and I would love it if you guys click the link in my description box below and go ahead and download the playlist on Apple Music or Spotify so you can get some of that good, positive, high vibrational frequency music, and take a break sometimes from the music that we're used to listening to. That way you can start the process of regulating your nervous system, living in flow, being at peace, and being in a place to attract anything and everything that you desire. So like I said, check the description box below and you will find a link to Spiritual Sounds playlist. I'm already enjoying it, I'm already loving it, and I know you guys will too. So people ask me all the time, Sydney, what do you mean when you say live in flow? How are you able to be such a positive person all the time? And I tell people, I'm not a positive person all the time, and I actively have to work on remaining at peace because I'm someone who comes from a background where I was a hothead and I had anxiety, and I still do suffer from that from time to time. But now as I've gotten older, I've found ways to cope with that. And how I was able to get to a place where I can live in flow and be at peace and just exist is, for one, I stopped caring so much. Part of anxiety is fear-based, and it's worry, and it's doubt, and it's a number of other things that I suffered with for a long time because I was always afraid of the unknown. I was always afraid that I was going to make a mistake, and I felt like if I tried to control situations I was in, I would stop things from happening, that I would be able to stop bad things from happening, because I grew up in a life where a lot of bad things happened to me, and I just tried so hard to control and stop those things from happening, not realizing that not only can I not stop bad things from happening in my life, but I also was attracting those things to me more because I was constantly living in a state of fear. So now at this place in my life, how I'm able to live in flow, like I said, I stopped caring. I stopped worrying about things that I cannot control. I stopped trying to control outcomes, and I just decided I'm going to let go, I'm going to release, and I'm going to live freely. I'm not going to live in my head anymore. I'm going to live in my body. I'm going to be inside of my body and be mindful of my energy and my emotions. And how I was able to get to that carefree attitude, meditation with healing frequency music and sound bowl music was a part of my process, but it was also just having trust in God and having trust that no matter what happens, whether it's good or bad, it's happening for my highest good. So there is no reason to stress about things that ultimately are going to get me to where I need to go. Things happen in life. Things happen that we cannot control all the time, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to freak out about every little thing, and I'm not going to stress about things because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I didn't get the opportunity that I wanted to get, or I had to move differently than I planned it. It's just about the fact that, you know what, this is happening. I cannot control it, but I'm going to decide I'm going to live in flow, and I'm going to take control of myself and my emotions and not allow this situation to dictate my day-to-day life. Another thing I always talk about is that good delusional, right? There's a good delusional and there's a bad delusional. We want to stay with the good delusional. So how you stay in the good delusional is you tell yourself, everything is always working out for me. There's nothing going wrong. I'm living my best life. Everything is fine. And I tell people that even though you may have situations in life that may arise, that may be heartbreaking, that may be detrimental, what you don't want to do is take an already detrimental situation and have anxiety or have fear and just be so concerned and so worried. Instead, especially if it's a situation that you cannot control. So let's say that you just lost your car. Okay, let's say that you just lost your car. That situation may be very hard for you to deal with because you may need to take your kids back and forth to school. You may not know how you're going to get back and forth to work, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you use your car for Uber Eats or something, and that's how you make your money. And maybe you can't afford right now to upgrade your car right now. Maybe you have to wait, you have to save your money. In that moment, it's normal for people to freak out and get angry and to curse God and get completely upset. But instead of getting upset at a situation that you cannot control, why not just switch your mindset to a positive mindset? Because there is no harm that will come from you deciding, man, you know what? I just lost my car, but everything is fine. Everything is going to work out. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to worry. Even if I need to cry, I'm going to allow myself to cry. I'm going to allow myself to release. I'm going to allow myself to feel exactly how I want to feel. But after I'm releasing these emotions, I'm going to step back into that positive energy, and I'm going to transmute, and I'm going to take this negative situation and I'm going to flip it and turn it around for my highest good. How is this situation going to work out for me? It works out for me because now I'm in a position where I'm gonna put my thinking cap on, and now my possibilities are endless. I can attract anything I want. I can get my brand new dream car because I understand that I am one with the universe. I am one with God. I am in complete alignment, and anything I want to attract right now is gonna come to me faster because I'm expressing gratitude for the fact that I walked away from that accident unscathed. And I'm appreciative for where I am now. And I understand that me expressing that gratitude is going to attract everything and more into my life. And that sounds way better than beating yourself up and being completely negative. Although that is a human emotion and you're allowed to feel how you feel, that is not going to help you. You feeling negative and down and beating yourself up and cursing everybody out and getting angry, what is that going to do? Nothing. But being positive, as easier said than done as it may be, will change your life because you're switching your mindset. You're not accepting defeat. You're not telling yourself that this is the end of the world. You're telling yourself that this is just the beginning. This is the beginning. I can get any car I want now. I am able to take this negative energy and I can do something with it, and I can transmute it into positive energy. I can start saying my affirmations. I can feel like, you know what? If I did hit rock bottom, that's a good thing because there's only one place to go is up. I know at the place that I'm at now, the only place I could possibly go is upwards. That means every single day I'm going to be constantly elevating and evolving. I'm never going to go lower than I am right now because I may be at my lowest point. So if you're at your lowest point right now, make sure that you are one, don't care. Trick your brain into not caring. Who cares that I'm in this situation right now? I still have breath in my body. I still have working arms and feet for some of you. I'm still able, but I still have my mind. I'm still able-bodied. I can still do something. This is not the end. I don't have to decide that this is the end of my story. I can just decide this is the beginning. So for one, stop caring. And for two, switch your mindset. Don't wallow in pity for too long. I tell people that for me, I do experience those negative emotions, and I do allow myself to feel those emotions when necessary, as far as crying or screaming into a pillow or whatever it is I need to do to blow off steam. But I'm not going to stay there, because what is me staying there going to do for me? It's not going to do anything but harm me. But if I'm positive, like I said before, it'll actually change my life. Because one thing that God, the Most High God and the universe loves is people who are grateful, people who are able to express gratitude in the midst of chaos. Those are the type of people who get rewarded. Because if you are grateful for what you have and appreciative for what you have now, you will attract more into your life, because that is truly living in a state of flow. That is living in flow. Expressing gratitude is living in flow, because you're not trying to chase after the next big thing. You don't feel like you're missing out on anything, or, oh, I need to get this to be happy, or when I have this, I'll be happy, or when I have this. No, you're happy right now, because happiness is a choice. No matter what your circumstances are, it's about your perception and how you choose to look at what's happening in your life. If you say, I'm not going to be upset, people around you are going to be like, this girl is crazy, this man is crazy, he just hit rock bottom, he's going through the worst, but he still has a smile on his face, he's still positive, he's still happy. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, but you're a mastermind, because you understand the law of rhythm, and you understand energy, and you understand that in order for you to get yourself out of this situation faster, you have to stay in alignment. You have to stay as positive as you possibly can, and you have to express gratitude. That does not mean you have to be love and light all the time. That does not mean that you're not allowed to cry and get angry and upset. It just means don't stay there. As soon as you can get out of that space that you're in, get out of it, switch your mindset, and watch what happens in your life.